Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be graphing linear equations. This is review, so you should be able to do most of this stuff on your own. Now, first of all, we're going to look at method 1, and method 1 is using a table of values. Now, the old-fashioned way of doing that is having the XY chart, and then you put in some values in, 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. Now, we're going to be doing the same thing, but this is a pretty big fancy table, and we're going to be using this equation, okay? Let me zoom in for you. All right, so this first column is the x column, just like this one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my value 0, 1, 2. All right, and then we're going to find out what y is, and we're going to show our work over here. We're going to plug in the x, and then we're going to find the y. So for the first one, we have y equals -3, parentheses plus 2. And the number they want us to put in is 0. So I'm going to put 0 right here, and then I'm going to plug that in my calculator, or you can do it in your head. -3 times 0 plus 2 is 2. This gives me the ordered pair 0, 2, which you should have already known because the input of 0 always gets you this number anyway. Now for the next one, they want us to put in 1. So I'm going to put y equals -3 parentheses plus 2. And I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in there. When you put 1 in here, you plug this value in your calculator. You have -3 times 1 plus 2. That's going to get you a -1. So what ordered pair would this make? All right, the ordered pair would be 1, comma, -1. Now for this last one, I want you to do it on your own. You're going to take that 2, put it into the parentheses, and then you're going to plug in your calculator and give me the ordered pair. Go ahead and do that right now. Now when you put in the 2, that's going to get you a -4. Okay, and the ordered pair would then be 2, comma, -4. All right, now that we have this, we can go ahead and graph it. So let's go ahead and plot these points. The first point is 0, 2, which is right here. Then we have the point 1, -1, which is right here. And then the next point is 2, -4, which is right here. Okay? Then you can go ahead and connect these dots together with a line. So this is what the line would look like. Right? Now down here it asks you to find two other solutions of the equation. It's really easy when you have an accurate graph because all you need to do is just find 2 points that are on that line. So here's one point right here. It's right on the line. And then here's another point going in the opposite direction. Those are the points -1, 5 and 3, -7. Okay? Now method 2 is called quick graphs using intercepts. I like to call it the thumb method because you get to use your thumb to find the intercepts themselves. Now it says use this method when the equations are in standard form. Okay. Now what does standard form look like? All right, so standard form is ax plus by equals c. Now remember, when you do have it in standard form, you do want to make sure that c is divisible by a and c is divisible by b for this to work. So looking at this equation right here, 3 and -4 both go into 24 evenly, so we can use these. Now, for the x-intercept, we know that every x-intercept has a y that is 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up with my thumb. In this case, I can't show you my thumb, so I just scribbled it out. I'm going to cover up the y, so you're left with 3x equals 24. So we divide both sides by 3, and that's going to get us x equals 8. So we're going to go ahead and put 8 in as our x-intercept. The x-intercept is 8, 0. Now to find the y-intercept, which value, the x or the y, has to be 0? Okay, so in this one, x is 0. Therefore, I'm going to cover up the x, but be careful you don't cover up the negative because the negative is part of that 4. So what is the y-intercept? Okay, so -4y equals 24. In this case, we have to divide by -4. That's going to get us y equals -6. So the ordered pair is 0, -6. Let's go ahead and graph this now. We're going to start out by plotting the point 0, -6, which is right here. And then we're going to plot the point 8, 0, which is right here. and then you can go ahead and connect the dots. So this is what the line looks like when you connect the dots. Now we have to find 2 points that are also solutions of this equation, meaning 2 points that are also on the line. Go ahead and do that right now. So the 2 points that go through this line are these two right here. The first one is the ordered pair -4, -9, and the second point is the point 4, comma, -3. Okay, let's go ahead to the next method. So now for the third method is called using the slope-intercept form. Now, which of these equations is the most famous equation called slope-intercept form? All right, very good. So this equation is y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope. So we need to use this method when y is by itself. Okay, so looking at this equation right here, y is by itself, so we can use slope-intercept form. And remember, the slope is in front of the x, so the slope is -2 over 3. The y-intercept is after x, so that -5 is the y-intercept, but it's an ordered pair, and we know that every y-intercept has a 0 for the x value. So we have 0, -5. Now, we're going to first plot the y-intercept, which is the 0, -5, and then we're going to go down 2, and then we're going to go to the right 3. Because we have a negative here, that tells us to go down. Because we have a positive, that tells us to go to the right. Now, when you want to go in the opposite direction, we're just going to do the opposite of this, which is up 2, and the opposite of this, which is to the left 3. Now let's go ahead and graph this. We're going to start out by plotting the point 0, -5, which is right here. Then we're going to use the slope to find the next point. Now, over here, the original slope we have is -2 over to the right 3. So we're going to go down 2 to the right 3, down 2 to the right 3. And I can't do it anymore because if I go down 2, I'll be off the graph. Or the opposite, which is telling us to go up 2 to the left 3, up 2 to the left 3. All right, I can do it one more time, up 2 to the left 3, because I can't go to the left anymore. Now we can connect the dots to make this line right here. Okay, so what other two options do we have as ordered pairs that are solutions? Okay, so the ones that I picked were this one and this one. These are the points -3, -3, and the other point we have is +3, -7. Okay, so that is our graphing review.